This is Team Hardlight Captain Albert Zertucci here. Alright, so one of the main things about fishing is we're always adapting, overcoming, inventing gear to make it work for us, because a lot of times what's sold on the market isn't exactly what we need and or want. And the reason I'm doing this video is because of the beads. The beads are one of the things that there are so many variations out there, but cross working them makes it very difficult, because for one, many of them have a real small inner diameter for your line to go through. So what ends up happening, when they go from one size, they automatically jump to another bigger size and they don't have nothing in between. So for that, I have an answer. I'm going to be using my drill today, and I'm going to be stepping it up and doing it slowly. And the reason being, because for one, I don't want the outer gloss to be damaged by holding it with a pair of pliers. So I'm going to have to do this by hand, and I wish I had a way to hold it, maybe some rubberized tubing or something like that, so that way it doesn't slip in my hand. You know what? And actually that's a good idea. I can use some rubber bands. There you go. So I'm going to use some rubber bands and hold it here while I drill through it, but I'm going to go from one, kind of like you drill aluminum. You go from one size to the next size up. And the reason for that is because I also don't want this to shatter when I'm trying to drill through it. So I'm going to take off a little bit at a time and make the hole big enough to get it to what I want it to do. So this is what I'm going to be working on. Alright, so the first one is going to be on this one, and I found some surgical tubing here. So this is going to be kind of tricky to get it to work for me. Actually, it still feels real slippery on there. I don't want that. Let me grab a rubber band. And please be careful when doing this. Yeah, like I said. See, I started doing a few of these earlier, but when I moved over here so I could do a video, they got mixed in. So double checking my work, make sure they're all good to go. So just to give you all a heads up, this is the original bead right here. And this is the mono I'm trying to get through it. Yes, it goes through once, but I need it to be able to go back through twice so I can do my loops on both ends. So that's that bead. This bead I've already drilled, and it's still not big enough. Still just a hair too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up one more step, but I know with the bigger bit it's going to be a lot more impossible for me to hold it, but at the same time, like I said, I don't want it to get damaged because it's going to look ugly if there's any scorch marks on it or grip marks on it. So I'm gonna put my bead here and see if this will work. Works like a champ. Now let me make sure before I continue on that's the exact size I needed to double up my mono. Beautiful, and look, it slides just the way I need it to slide. So now one more step and I'll have all the beads I need to be able to do the job I'm going to do today. That's make floats for sail line and for tarpon fishing down here in Texas. So here we go. Continue on. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. So how that jumped out of there? I have to get another rubber band. See, maybe I can try, but I doubt it. Yep, nope, that ain't gonna work. So the tubing deal will be my best bet. See if I can hold it in my hand. Nope, that's not gonna work either. Go, and it's still nice and shiny. That's the important thing right there. So 72 more to go. Yep, that wasn't good. So now I'm gonna have to remake that bead, but I'll do that at the very end once I get all this through. I'm definitely doing more beads than I need for my project. Well, I finished the blue. Now to do the gray, and I'll use this rubber band to move back and forth. That's what it's gonna look like once I get them all done. Right, so like I said, this is the finished product we were looking for. And double check my gray ones here real quick. Should be good to go. Yes, they are. So that's the first step of what we're doing next, but that's how we had to do them. And like I said, you got to do it with a reasonable amount of time for each one, because they will crack and split on you and or melt and burn. So don't be this guy. All right, guys.